Evening folks, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to Blackrock Park. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different today. And by a little bit different, I mean super duper different. What I really want to do, I've had like a few ideas bouncing around. I was going to do a science centre, we've talked about that a lot. And I was going to do like a half dome, and I was going to do like a billion other different things. I really wanted to build a geodesic dome. And I did. I sort of did. I think to do this properly, however, you need to plan it out maybe a little bit more than I chose to do. You're going to see a lot of messiness. The first like half of this video is going to be the geodesic dome, which is cool though because you're going to see it get built. And I'm also going to get the opportunity to talk about a few things re-Planet Zoo and the future for Planet Zoo content and all this kind of jazz. This is a failed effort right here, by the way. You can't do this. You can't be cheap. You can't be cheeky like this. It doesn't work. You have to take your time with this. I suspect there is a quicker way to make this dome that I'm not currently using correctly, but it was around here that I realised this simply is not going to work. It just doesn't work. You have to put each one individually down, and that's what we're going to end up doing. It's immensely fun. So what I'm doing is rotating the bits, and then we're just going to start layering them together. The funny thing is, every now and again, this would go really well. Like here, it's like really nice and neat. But every little detail, every little foible, every little tiny mistake at this part just gets amplified much more as you climb higher up in the dome. So whilst this first row goes okay, the second row where the mistakes are amplified, and also because obviously there's less room, you're kind of like reducing the space for the hexagons as you climb upwards. Of course you will, that's how a dome would work. But the hexagons aren't perfectly sized to allow for that, if that makes sense. So you end up having inevitable crossover, and it becomes a little bit messy. I will say, I'm not going to spoil it yet, we do something, in my opinion, really cool with this dome. It becomes something altogether different. It doesn't really end up as a dome, but it does become pretty cool. But it did take me a long time to get there. There's going to be a lot of this, folks, and this is good though. I want the opportunity to talk about Planet Zoo. I know it's been like a whole week now since the last video. This is literally the first like full length 30 to 40 minute video I've recorded in a week. Obviously there's Jurassic World Evolution going up and stuff like that, but that was stuff I'd already pre-recorded before I got sick. I've had the flu for about 5-6 days now, and even though I think most of the effects are over, it's done an absolute number on my throat, so it's difficult to talk, and I stop to cough really brutally every now and again. It's made recording really difficult. So that's why Planet Zoo has taken so long to come out, and I do apologise for that. I'm going to try to get a little speedier. I'm also going to change up my plan a little bit, I think. I think one of the problems I'm having is I'm putting all this work into Blackrock Park, right? Or whatever park we do in the future. And Blackrock Park, after this, actually only has, because today we're doing the Grizzly Bear, only has one more animal to go into it, plus some exhibit animals. I've put so much work into the theming and the ideas and everything behind it, that limiting myself so much in terms of animal numbers, I think is a little bit daft. Now, I don't know whether we're going to continue with Blackrock or go in a different direction, but what I think for the future, rather than this very strict sense of the zoos I have in my mind, we're just going to build some cool zoos. Now, they will all theme together somewhat, but rather than, like at the moment, this is just North America. And that's fun to an extent, but it also means I'm putting all this work into the zoo, and then I'm done in like 4 animals' time. So I don't know. I think we might change that up. I'd really be curious as to what you guys at home think. Do you prefer that idea, these smaller zoos, or should we do... I don't think it has to be a big zoo with every animal, but we can do 10-15 animals and have a little fun with that. Do please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I am going to change things up a little bit anyway, and you'll see what I'll talk about that in a little bit. Oh god, no, not again! Okay, no, I'm good. Hoorah! Sorry about that, it's going to be a disaster of a video, I'm very excited. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, the Arctic pack is coming out for Planet Zoo, which adds the reindeer, the polar bear, the Arctic wolf, and is it dolls? Goat? Sheep? I no, it's like a goat sheep thing. I can't remember. I think it's dolls, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So we get 4 brand new animals. So I think what we're gonna do is take a little break from Blackrock, just because I've been doing it a lot lately, and it'd be nice to mix it up a little bit in terms of theming and ideas. And we're going to build like a mini franchise zoo based on those new Arctic animals. I'm going to have a video showcasing all the species. Anyway, I'm going to build some mini exhibits for them. I'm going to bring you all 4 of those animals and all the new building materials and stuff. I'm going to show you absolutely everything in the DLC tomorrow, basically. But then I think we're going to start a mini Christmassy kind of themed zoo. It's like a polar zoo. We'll have like a train, we'll have a Christmas tree going, we'll have some presents, and we'll make it very Arctic-y and Christmassy and snowy. I think that's what I would have done anyway, but that's kind of a good example of what I mean, because the polar bear and the goat and everything, these won't necessarily all live together. So using my old zoo system, I would have actually kept them separate, but they so clearly deserve to be in a zoo all grouped together, right? Just one big Zoe? Snowy, I cannot talk for toffee. That's such a British sentence as well. One big snowy zoo. So I think we are going to mix things up a little bit. My plan is very much still to eventually build like one big master zoo and have every single animal in. And my plan is definitely to build zoos with every other animal in the game. Quiet, Joe. Every other animal in the game up to that point. No animal will get neglected. But it'd be nice to have a little bit more control, I think. It's okay for things like Africa, because Africa's got like 10 bajillion animals, but I'm thinking I'd say South America, which has like 2 habitat animals, and the rest are all exhibit. And here you see the crossover problem. People who build full-on geodesic domes are really impressive to me. I did have a look at the workshop, and the only one on there, like the only proper one that I can see, is actually the same one that I highlighted way back when. It was like my first workshop highlight video during the beta. Oh, I know I didn't do that this week. To be honest, I just wasn't blown away by anything this week, so we're going to delay it a week, and hopefully there's some more stuff I think more worthy of spotlight. No offense if your thing went up this week. I didn't spend a billion years looking, to be honest, because I have really been recovering, focusing on recovery. So yeah, anyways, focus, BestInSlot. You're doing a video for YouTube. This is your job. I do believe you can do this without crossover. I think it's possible. I think if I sat down and planned this out a little bit more mathematically and organised it, I think it would be possible. It would take an insane amount of time. This already took... I don't even finish the bloody thing and it takes like 2 hours or something. It takes a long time. I'm sure there's more efficient ways of doing it, but I tried all the ways of like rotating around and stuff like that. I just couldn't get it to work. I think if you did the 4 points, as in the north, east, south, west point of the dome, and rotated from there, that might work. What you'd have to do, I think that would work as long as you calculated the distance between each point so that it perfectly matched up with the hexagons. But that only works for the first layer, because as soon as you get to the second layer, that value goes in a little bit, and it's never going to perfectly match the number of hexagons at each layer. I think it is doable, but it sounds horrific. How far are we? I have no idea. Yeah, so about 22 minutes this whole thing. This is on about 9 times speed. I did start to go a little bit insane. I will admit, my sanity was failing me at this point. It started off well, and they all started to link over the top of each other a little bit, and I was getting a little bit dismayed. You're not going to see it. There's about 2 hours of cut footage of this video. Basically, to be honest, guys, the dome doesn't, like, you'll see me try to do this layer, but I don't think the dome goes any bigger than this, so it ends up this kind of half circle, kind of like a ring, basically, that comes in a little bit towards the top. And I tried to do loads of different things with this. I really did this shape, because not because I had inspiration for it, because I put so much time into it that the idea of not using it somehow, this is already over an hour's work, the idea of not using it somehow was like heartbreaking. So I had to come up with something. The main idea I tried, I don't think you'll see it, but if you imagine this thing on its side and sunk into the ground a little bit, it creates this kind of arch of glass. Actually looks pretty cool. And it comes in a little bit at the front, and it kind of looks like the backdrop of like a concert hall or like an outdoor stadium kind of thing. And that's what I was going to do. I was going to do like a theatre set. Basically, I even built like out of plaster like a backdrop that made it look like a little bit of a forest. And the idea was the park staff would come up onto the stage and they would show the kids the animals and stuff like that. I just couldn't get it to fit with the this kind of modernist theming that Blackrock has. It just wasn't clicking. Honestly, I really struggled with this for a long time. But as per usual, you just kind of gotta, I don't know, you kind of gotta just throw yourself into it, right? I think this is the layer I give up, because look at it, it's just, every now and again one will fit and it's beautiful, and then the next 20 are like just inside each other, which is fun for them, I'm sure, but for me it was hell. Oh god. I am so sorry for that, by the way. Like, I really wish I wasn't still doing it. I've been destroyed lately, I really have. I would have stopped recording, blah blah, but And people are always like, oh, you should take the time and get better. And that's definitely true, but unfortunately, this is my job. And there's only so long you can take off before repercussions start to hit. So yeah, that's me giving up. Messing around with some weird shapes, just thinking, what the hell am I going to do with this? Because I'm going to do something with it, but I'm not sure what. Now, I believe my little theatre experiment does get cut out. Oh no, you're gonna see the first experiment. Well, first of all, I wanted to put some wood around the top of it. I actually think this was going to look pretty cool. The idea was the top of it was going to be surrounded by these wooden planks, and then they'd all come inwards to make like a slatted wooden roof over the top of the dome, kind of like what we've been doing with the rest of the park, you know, in the cafe and stuff like that. I'm going to show you that, by the way. I've done a little work on the cafe and the surrounding area. I'll show you all that after the time lapse. We're going to change things up a little bit in how we present this series. I kind of want you guys more involved in the management and the park building and blah 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 blah. So we're going to do the time lapse, and then we're going to do a little bit of building at the end of each time lapse. We're going to do a little bit more park management. There's me putting my music on. I've been in a big Mayday parade mood for some reason. I actually have no idea why. Just like it's back in my emo days, you know. I thought this looked pretty cool, but again, it wasn't anything. It was just me screwing around and hoping inspiration struck. And sometimes that's what you got to do. I think you just got to chuck yourself at it until something works. It'd be nice to have an idea from the start. And I do think that looks cool in its own way, but I just don't know what it's meant to be. Like I said, this was going to be basically a smaller science centre. You'd walk in, there'd be like a forest in the middle to look at and observe. There would be exhibit animals and stuff like that. I don't know what we're going to do with the exhibit animals. But no, this idea does not have legs, unfortunately. It is very much legless. It's a legless lizard. Not a snake, a legless lizard. But I like the dome. The dome must be used. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we're going to do a little bit more work at the end of each one. I'm going to talk about this later, inevitably. I can't help it. Oh, I'm going to spend ages doing this as well. So this was an idea based on something you'll see on the Rainforest Cafe. But the idea was actually taken as well from another geodesic dome I saw online, where it had like the geodesic dome, but then the front of it, like the front lower half, and then curling around the side was like covered in plants and stuff like that. It was like a garden growing up the side of it, but in a very controlled kind of way. So it had that natural appeal and a little bit of modernity enemy at the same time. I thought it was really cool. And then I started putting this in, and I went insane. Some people can sit on Planet Zoo for like 9 hours per video and crank out these amazing designs, and I don't know if I'm inherently just lazier or just lazier as a YouTuber or whatever, or it doesn't suit my sensibilities or whatever, but I can't do it. I really wish I could. There's some designs that I've spent, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on, I'm sure, over time, but it's a rarity. Papa's got stuff to do, kids. But at the end of the day, this ends up in a really good place. At this stage, I'm just chucking stuff together. There we go. So I'm just going to pause this just for a sec, because that bit, unfortunately, I didn't keep. So that is 3 of those domes, and just tilted and put in the ground, basically. That's all it is. And I still wasn't really sure what it was. But then I thought, you know what that looks like? A really, really cool exhibit. So this becomes the basis for our grizzly bear habitat. Sorry that was so sudden. I just didn't record. I was kind of just blasting my music and getting frustrated and just chucking stuff around, and then chucked them on top of each other and angled them in the right place, and just going to fix that little gap there. And it made this what I think is a really, really cool looking exhibit. So we're going to plug a few of those gaps and put the barrier in right there, as you can see, all the way around the outside. And what I love about this is not only is the dome itself making this really cool funky shape with all these different shadows and stuff going on, but it is the perfect mix of the modern and the organic that I've been trying to push for quite a while of this park, We've got this big, imposing glass and what's the opposite of an interior? Exterior. I'm dead. This big imposing glass exterior, but then inside it's going to be a creek and a forest, and it's going to be very natural and beautiful, and this lovely grizzly bear habitat. So I end up super happy with this as it happens. I'm kind of moving a little bit away from the strictness we've had in Blackrock in terms of how rigid the design was. It's been squares all along, and that's kind of limited me a little bit. So at this point, it's more like it's modern meets natural with modern materials. As long as the materials suit what we've already used, I'm pretty happy. So far, just doing a little some gaps to fill now and again, and doing the. I think it looks really cool. Like, I totally looked my way into it, but I actually think it's one of the coolest things I've ever done in this game. And especially when it's filled with plants and grizzly bears, you'll see it at the end of the video. Yeah, it's cool. I haven't done the surrounding area. This is what I wanted to talk about. I have a thing where I feel like every episode has to be big, you know, it has to showcase something huge, or people will get disappointed, people won't want to watch, and, you know, at the end of the day, people watching is kind of my job, so I tend to avoid it. I think that's dumb. I think people would be okay with episodes that are a bit more chill, and we're just putting flowers down and decorating and doing the areas around the exhibits, right? I think people would be. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think people would be. Especially if those are maybe longer. I'm thinking of doing, like, speed builds like this for the actual habitats, but then when it comes to, say, you'll see it in a minute, but the area around here that leads up to this place, I want to do like a garden, very natural, but again with a lot of modern touches, and just build some really cool stuff. And I'm thinking we can do like a longer video where I don't necessarily time-lapse it, but we just build and chill and talk and, you know, relax a little bit more, and then we do time-lapses for the big, more impressive builds. I think that's my idea going forward. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to worry less about each episode being a blockbuster, because that's why there's always this delay between episodes, you know, because I have to kind of prep the next video. I get rid of this, by the way. This is why I'm not talking about this, because I just scrapped this anyway. It's a terrible idea. It looks stupid. Oh my god. So I think I'm going to try to worry about that a little bit less and just play the game, you know, just play the game, and we'll do some cool stuff and build some cool stuff, and it gets you guys involved a little bit more, and it means it's easier for me to do videos. I think it's hard for people to stay attached to a series if it takes a week between videos. I totally get that, you know, I would not be staying attached either, so I want to try to avoid that going forward, and this is what I've been thinking a lot about. Admittedly, I've been deathly ill, which is the main reason, but still, it's really cool. Like, it's honestly the coolest thing I've built, and I totally looked into it. Nobody's really doing geodesic domes because they're a massive pain in the ass. They really are. They're the worst thing in the world. I was trying to get this water to connect, and you know what? For the life of me, I couldn't do it. It just would not link up. I've got a little lake at the back, underneath the hill, and I've got a little one at the front that's acting as kind of the boundary, because there's actually no boundary at the front. The geodesic dome disappears. It's not a dome. Geodesic ring disappears into the ground entirely. So we needed a moat or something, but I loved that idea again, like this kind of huge glass boundary, but then it just sinks into nothingness, and you get this beautiful open view of the exhibit. I was really proud of this, in case you can't tell. All the best things I looked into. I actually worked really hard on the foliage this time as well, more than usual. I know it sounds crazy for me. You know what's funny? You know what I realised when I was doing this video? Specifically this exhibit, which is really all we're doing for the rest of this video anyway, is that I don't do enough foliage. I know that sounds utterly crazy because I go mad on the foliage, but quiet, Joe. What I mean by not enough foliage is, I mean, the stuff that makes up the ground texture. I don't put enough work into it, like little bundles of bushes and flowers and just everywhere. And I think this, in terms of the foliage placement, is my best exhibit yet. And you'll see that more at the end, but there's more work going into just covering the ground and making it look a little bit more natural, and having plants in sort of logical places, and bordering rocks more, and using some, you know, reeds, and just blah blah blah, and just thinking about that placement a little bit more. And I think it makes a huge difference. I gotta say, I was, again, really happy with how it turned out. Mainly because I love the little baby cypress trees. Those baby cypress trees are the best. Yeah, what are we doing next? Well, so like I said, the area leading up to this, I want to do something with the bear statue, for example. We are going to build a little bit of the area leading up to here in this video, but only a very, very small amount. So I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. Again, I like leaving little bits of this up to you guys. You know, what ideas do you have? What do you want to see implemented into the park? Getting a little screenshot there. No throat. No, we're not coughing, okay? We're not coughing. We're not. Fight it! Yeah, so we're going to do this little leading in area. I just want to make it like natural garden, maybe a little bit of something about the heritage of the area, like a history walk kind of thing that leads you up to this big statement piece. This is definitely the statement piece of the park, I think, so I think that's something we're going to be working on, but you'll see what I mean, like towards the end of this video anyway. I'm surprised I made it this far. I've only coughed twice. 3 times. 3 times? I think? I don't know. Anyways, chucking some plants in. Try to stick as well, like I was very tempted to put those trees in at the end that you just saw. I resisted, because I think sticking to the similar types of trees, like the same 4 or 5 styles, if not less, throughout the exhibit, you can go crazy and put loads of them in, but stick to the same few trees, and I think it gives it a slightly more realistic approach. Look, I said realistic, I didn't say natural, okay? That's a step forward for me, leave me alone. our little baby bison's about to grow up. You haven't seen the bison in ages, this is what I mean. We're going to have to go check those out after this time-lapse, which for once I haven't recorded yet. Pouring a little dirt in, texturing the whole thing up. How long have we got left? Not long, right? 2.5 minutes. It is primarily, again, just this. I couldn't really think about what to put up there. It does end up being some trees, because trees are the best. But this is what I mean, just texturing the ground. I know people will think I'm obsessed with putting bushes into the ground. That's because I am. But for good reason, because it looks less like a bush and more like just naturally sprouted grasses and plants and little bits of foliage. I think that looks really cool, like so much better than what I usually do. I'm actually really happy with it. In case I haven't mentioned that a few times. It's been a while on this park. Like, I've done some cool stuff in this park, but it's been a while since I built something I was genuinely really happy with, you know? Even the big glass wall on the pronghorns is cool and showy, but it's not, there's something missing from it. But this ends up, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. In terms of the viewing, we're going to work on that a little bit as well. Stop squeaking. I will come down there, keyboard, and get you. In terms of the viewing, we're going to keep it very, very chill. I think when you've got a very elaborate exhibit like this is, well, in terms of like, it's very showy and over the top, I think we can admit that much. I don't think it makes sense to have then a very showy over the top viewing area. I kind of just want you to walk along and like see it. I don't think it has to be a thing. I think you're just going to walk along the path basically, and that's about it. Really don't want it to be much else than that. I'm going to do a little custom fence along here. This is part of the, what will be part of the walk. I think we're going to do a little bit of a water display on this as well, but haven't done that quite yet. Again, I think we're going to do this in a separate video. I think this is going to be its own whole shebang. Because why not, eh? Why not? That means we can come back in like 2 days and I can do it, and it's fun. And we'll do a nice long one. Do let me know what you think about that. I know I've asked for opinions on like 25 different things, but let me know what you think about that as an idea anyway. Doing like the like basically non-time-lapse videos when it comes to general stuff, and then we'll do time-lapse for the big exhibits, because the exhibits tend to take a lot longer anyway, I guess. I don't know, we'll play by ear, but let me know what you think. Bringing in some water lilies is cheating slightly, I'll admit, because they're not actually in the North America. But at the end of the day, they are in North America, so it should be allowed. So this is like our little nature history walk kind of thing. We're going to do some displays around here and make it look very gardeny. That's me doing my music. Again, I wanted to bring in the glass texture because the whole idea is this modern meets natural kind of aesthetic. So again, we want to push that wherever we can, even if this area is going to be leaning more in the natural area. But that's all it is right now. It's just a glass overlook. It obviously needs a lot of work and a lot of love and attention, but yeah, that's about it. Right, we're going to hop into the game. I will give you a proper little tour. I'm going to show you what I've done since the last video as well, which is actually quite a lot. The cafe's been updated, and the whole area leading up to the cafe's been updated. There's a lot of stuff that's been updated, let's put it that way. And then we'll do maybe a little bit of building to round things off as well. Okay, cool. I will see you folks in a second. Yeah, cool. Right then, folks, welcome back to Blackrock. We're here with our lovely grizzly bear, Vanessa. She's pretty happy, but 0 enrichment. We'll have to sort that out. They've not got food, they've not got anything right now. So we're going to do all that during this video. That's why I won't hit play quite yet. And we do have another grizzly somewhere. Not, oh, no, that's Vanessa. Yeah, we just saw that one, BestInSlot, you big old dummy. No idea. So, okay, so this is the exhibit. They look cool! I like it anyway. So that's the exhibit. Cool little line. You did actually see that in the video, but it's very quick. Little line into there to up it. I'm not sure it makes sense, necessarily, but I think in theory, it does. Like, these buildings could kind of sit on top of each other and look fine. This is what I mean by the foliage, though. Doesn't that look more alive and real than most of my usual stuff? It does to me. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I did put more effort into it. It may look just massively overdone to some people, but I think it's an improvement. Did I just see the other bear? I have no idea where the other bear is. Same kind of deal over there. Yeah, so there it is. It's nothing particularly complex as an actual exhibit, you know, it's fairly regular stuff, but there you go. Right, so this is the bit I was talking about. So this is what we're going to do for the next video. I kind of just want to decorate this whole thing, do like a foresty decoration area, do like a display in there, or maybe I'm thinking we'll have a bear in there, do like a little scene. Maybe if it hunting some pronghorns or something, I have no idea. A little scene in there, and then along here we'll have some information boards all about the history of the area and stuff like that. Some artifacts and just general that kind of stuff. And make this into a nice forest, a little pond, and just... I've got terrible hiccups now as well to go with everything else. Just in general, spend a lot of time making the whole area really nice. I think if that's a full-on forest, and you walk around there up to them, that's gonna... I just see this as you come through the park. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I did put more effort into it. It may look just massively overdone to some people, but I think it's an improvement. Did I just see the other bear? I have no idea where the other bear is. Same kind of deal over there. Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, see, I think that's pretty cool. I think, imagine that covered in forest. You kind of get a glimpse of the dome tilted on its axis down there in the distance. Yeah, that's going to intrigue people to walk forward. So, really want to make this all neat and come up with some cool stuff just to make it interesting. You know, not just a forest, but little scenes and fog and history boards and stuff like that. Any hoozle. First thing we need to do then is get these burrs nice and happy. So, grizzly bear. Can I find the other grizzly bear, please? Where are we? Logan. Where's Logan at? Logan's there. There he is, the big chunk. He's a chunk, isn't he? Right, so how is that? We need to give them some food. Like, we got some fairly basic stuff missing from this exhibit right here. So, let's have a little peek. Grizzly. There we go. Let's give them a big food tray. Do want them to eat at the front, but I think that's pretty cool just like that. Let's give them a water pipe. I'm going to put the pillar in here. The idea is this isn't the main viewing area, but as you walk past, you'll be able to see into the dome anyway, and you get like a cool glimpse, and maybe you'll see the grizzly, and that's partially why I did this, because you can stand here, and you'll be able to see in as well. Although I think the humans are far too short for that, but the camera is not, so, I don't know, we get some cool sight lines anyway. Love me some sight lines. How are you feeling? You will feel better. Oh, toy. Right, so food. This is food enrichment, right? I'm not crazy. Nope, that's toy. I am crazy. Are you food? Can I give you another one? Sweet. I'll put one over there. That should be an exceptionally... Yes, it's a 97% grizzly bear. That is a happy old grizzly. Yeah, like I said, I do really like this. That the dome... The ring. The geodesic ring. We need a cool name for it. Ringy, but... No. Ring. Geo ring. The Geo ring, that's what we're going to call it. It sounds like a terrible disaster film with Gerard Butler. The Geo ring sort of descends into the ground here, and it is just a full-on... I mean, to be honest, this is super dangerous. Like, the grizzly bear could definitely get out, but the point is they can't. They literally can't get out of that gap right there, so we're going to keep it like that. It just gives you this really open view into this little lush jungle bit. Well, forest, I guess. Anyhoozle, so that's all good stuff. I'm going to hit play. One of my bison's Wellesley. This is a female, so that's okay. We've got some new baby pronghorns. Knocking around. There they are. Hello. Who are you? We've got Nella. Now, what we're going to do... So there's actually a new setting in the... Oh, there's not a new setting yet. So they're going to add a new setting where your animals grow up a lot slower. Now, the problem is that counts for gestation and birth and all that kind of stuff as well. So babies don't really happen if you set it to the slow one. But on the other side of that, we could actually get attached to our animals, like little Vanessa here. Yeah, I do need to raise my ticket prices. I just can't bring myself to charge a lot. Is she adorable? Oh, she's pooping. We've got Vanessa, we've got Zoe. That's Vanessa on the run. Got a little swimmer here, Nella. She's doing a swim. Doing the swim thing I like. Who else we got knocking around? We've got some bounding around over here. That's our Papa Bear. That's Swindle. That's an amazing name for a pronghorn animal. I love it. Benjamin. We have our little albino up here, Carbuncle. Who else we got knocking around? I think that's it for our pronghorns. And Glass City. I did sing that into the ground, by the way. Oh yeah, I've got to give you a tour. I did some stuff. Now we need some staff areas and stuff over there. We'll do that in a sec. So, I didn't show you this, did I? I'm not going crazy. Did I show you this? Am I going mad? Or maybe I did. Or maybe I did. I think I did. Okay, well, there's that. I actually cannot remember what I've shown you, so I'm just going to show you everything. I should come around here. So, like I said, we did this, I think, last time, but I've put some sticks in it. I need to cough really badly. Oh my god, that hurts so much. I've got some sticks in there. I've got this, like, modern art flower display thing. See, the flowers are kind of crushed into there, and the glass, and I think that's pretty cool. Got some, yeah, little area here. Got a little water feature here with some slatted posts along there. Did all my lights. Got another little garden here. Leads you into the cafe. Now the cafe has updated quite a lot. If we swing around here, you can see we've got a trellis wall, and this is actually detailed a little bit, as in the boundaries of the trellis stick out a little bit further than the inside of the trellis, like, you know, most do. Flowers don't really work that well on this, unfortunately, but plants and stuff does. So it makes like a cool little foliage trellis thingamajiggy. You saw that already. Wrap around here. Rainforest Cafe. I'm not convinced on the signage. I want to do something with that. Inside, what have I done? I've added this like low-hanging beam. Now this is meant to be roped on both sides, but the ropes disappeared for some reason. That's just to light up the benching seating area. think you saw all that already. Did some lights up there as well. Let's come see this at night time. This whole thing is lit up pretty nicely though. Yeah, pretty happy with the cafe actually. It's come together. I'd say it's come together pretty well. I've put some planters around this. They need filling. Obviously, at the moment it's just dirt, which isn't that exciting, but eventually it will be. You are broken. Let's get you fixed. Yeah, I'm gonna put some plants in there. Do this whole area up, and it's really becoming a nice little park. I kind of want to continue it, like with more animals. Like the only other animal we have left is the timber wolf, and I'm not sure what else we could do. But I think we can just put temperate animals in here, and it would fit fine, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm considering it. I don't want to stop now. I've put the work in. I like the theme. That mix of modern and natural is really cool. It speaks to me quite a lot. It's a theme I really like in my own. Like if I'm going to design a house or something, it's definitely something I would choose to do. There's a lot I like about this park, so it'd be a shame to, and it's making money for once, it'd be a shame to undo all that hard work. So what I want to do here, I've been thinking about this, I want to build a donation box. Now that sounds stupid, because donation boxes are, you know, they are what they are. But I want to, like I keep seeing people do them, on like the workshop, where people will build like a shell for the donation box to make it a lot more interesting, and that's kind of what I want to do. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's go grab a donation box. I think we're going to cover it entirely, but I just want to grab one just in case. Come here, beautiful. Let's grab you. Like I said, we'll do this bit in the next video. Nice mature. I think we're going to put it there. I would like to move all the humans. I would love to move all the humans. So I think we want the bear. Where's my big silver bear? There's my big silver bear. He's going to stand guard to make sure people aren't stealing from our community box. Look at that beautiful custom design. Get away! Just move. So I need an idea for it, first of all. That would be good. Don't know what that idea is. I'm thinking... Don't know. We'll come up with something. I'm just going to cover it in wood. I think. Yeah, let's just try covering it in wood. Let's tell you what, can we just put it in a log? What does the log look like? Okay. I think already, like, as long as you don't look at it from there, I think from the side, that actually looks a lot cooler. I think we can actually make this work as well. So if we get like if we go into the architectural shapes, and we find a teeny tiny little circle, yeah, like that, and we're going to colour this in black, and we're going to sink it in. Oh, cheeky. There we go. Firmino. There we go. Look at that little donation by this in the log. Okay, we can do a lot more than that, don't get me wrong, but I think that's cool. I think that's a good start. I think that's really cute. Right, what else can we do here? I'm going to bring the bear a little closer. The bear is here to entice you to donate, because you're going to look at the real bears. Yeah, real bears are cool, but you know what's even cooler? Metal bears. Metal bears are very cool. I am going to actually know what we need to do super quickly. We need to do a little staff area. Staff are blimmin' miles away from here. All we need is a keeper hut, a little one. We'll do this differently later on, but for now, I just want to get it in there, basically. And we need a staff room. And we need some facilities. Let me have a little think. Is that gonna... Well, we don't need to do that. We can do a transformer. You want to use transformers if you can. Solar panels are cool in a lot of ways, but the range sucks. So, is the water treatment gonna... that's fine, right? Yeah, just about. Take that there. And let's grab ourselves a zookeeper. We shall call him Jerry. Oops. Oh, no, there he is. And we need to make a work zone. Burrs. And we need to assign Jerry to the burrs. His name's not Jerry, it's Vern. It's not as good as Jerry, but there we go. Now Joe, now he works for the bears. It's cool, isn't it? Right, so I want to work on this. Now, people have got to wait for a sec. How do we make this cooler than it is right now? It's already super cool. I think we can acknowledge. Maybe a little think. Maybe like a little hood over it. Yeah? Yeah. See what we can do. Let's just mess around and see what happens. I just wanted to do something at the end of the video. Like a little building, you know. It would have been nice if I had an idea. I'll acknowledge that. I should have thought of my plan beforehand, but I didn't. This is the world we live in now. You've got to deal with it. Can I put these in? Are they too big? If I put them at the side, like that. And then shift that over there. So it kind of looks like an angry robot. Just sexy, that's what I was going for. You gotta make it sexy. Give it in a little bit. I just want to give it a hat. Oh, no. I actually know what I want to do. So I'm going to keep those because sexy little robot. We're going to move the bear for now. The bear will come back. Don't you worry. But I need room to work with. How am I going to give this a hat? I didn't think about the hat. We need wood. We need something wood. Wood hat. I want to build like a little... I kind of have an idea in mind, but whether I'm capable of doing something like this is beyond me. Tell you what I'm going to do, actually, because I want like a screen to be part of this. I saw someone do this ages ago. I thought it was a really cute little idea. So I want the habitat education board to align the surface. That'd be nice. I take it back. That would not be nice. There we go. Will you bloody stop? I'm moving. I don't need my heat maps. Eesh. I wish you could turn that off. Maybe you can turn that off. I actually haven't tried. I would turn that off instantly if I had the choice. Let's bring that up. Okay, attach that to that. I just want to play around. Like, everything I've done with these in the past as well has been so boring. Oh my god, it's upside down. Been messing around with them a little bit more in this park, like the ones we've got in the other place where they're got like a wood coating on them, but I mean, that's cute. We're going to make it cuter, but it's cute. That's what matters. Oh, it's got a little white... I never saw the white bits. Huh. Right, what do we want? What do we want? We do actually have habitat. If I type hab... Is it in facilities? Hab. What is it? Is it ed? New? It is. So they're actually pretty good, some of these. I'm not sure any of them are actually appropriate for what I'm looking for, it must be said. No, they're definitely not. Cool. What we need is a plank. What I'd actually love is like a small log. The logs are too chunky. I want like a pole. Can I have a pole? Someone give me a good pole. See, this is what I mean. The poles are rubbish. No offense if you're Polish. I don't mean... you know what I mean. Shut up. We need some planks. Let's get some light in here as well. Plank. I know which plank I'm looking for. It's these bad boys over here. Thin. Thin is what we want. Drag that down. Okay. I think we can definitely do something cooler than this, but for now, it's a step in the right direction. I think. Oops. Grab that, shift that across. I'd like to sink that a little bit deeper if I could. What we can do is raise these all up with gram like this. By the way, I did not know this tool was in the game. Like this one right here. Did not know it was in the game until like really recently. It has changed my life, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely changed my life. It's insane how good this thing is. Oh my god, it changes everything. Makes life so much easier. Can't believe I only just realised that you could regroup things so easily and stuff like that. I actually had no idea. It's crazy. Okay, this isn't my best work, but it's not my worst work. It's just a bit weird, I think. I think the logs are too big. I want to try the log. It's a thickie, isn't it? Look at it. It's a chunky boy. Even that one, like that's the one I'd use because it's teeny, but you stick that on there and it's like bomph, you know? See what I mean? Bomph. You feeling the bomb? Maybe it's not bomph. This is making any sense. Maybe it's not as bomph as I thought it was, you know? It's a little less bomph than I believed. Maybe I can do that. Okay. Oh, come back, you cheeky little lemon. It's still pretty bomph, but it is less bomph than I expected. I think we can make the whole thing better, but it's cute. I think it's cute. I would take it home. It's an improvement either way. Now we need like a little bit of forest in there, maybe some rocks and stuff like that. I want a rock. That's what I want. I want a temperate rock. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Do I want temperate? What have I been using? Is it temperate? It is. The night is dark and full of terrors. We need a little baby rock. Rocks make everything better. Although admittedly, this is blasphemous, I'll admit, but there is less of a focus on rocks in my exhibits these days. As much as I love them, and I really do, I have been focusing on them much less, I think, in my newer exhibits. They just don't seem to fit this environment as well for some reason. I don't really know why, but... Why are you? Yeah, you're cute. Ah, you're my beloved bush, actually. This is my favourite bush now. This is one I was using absolutely everywhere back in that exhibit. Absolutely all over the place. Couldn't get enough of it. People do some incredible stuff with their signs and donation boxes, and here I am just sticking logs on. Oh, God. No. Bad. Bad throat. Stop. Stop being sick. It's like, I don't know how many of you watch Parks and Rec, but there's a guy, Chris Traeger, who's like never sick in it, and he's like this perfect specimen of a man. And he gets sick. And you see him in the mirror at the hospital, staring down at himself, like intensely sweating. He just goes, "Stop pooping." That's basically how I feel right now, but coughing instead, just to reaffirm. Okay, do I hate this? I can't tell if I hate this. It definitely needs colour and design and a hat. It needs a hat. But I don't hate it. It's not the worst thing I've ever done. Maybe one of the... Actually, I need ideas. This is not the kind of thing I can just chuck together last minute. Like, I need to think of a plan. I'm not spontaneously creative, seemingly, when it comes to this kind of design, but it'll do. It'll do. Let's have a little look at props. Is there anything cool we can... I really like these air plants. I think they're very, very, very cool. Anything fancy? We can tie it in with the rest of the park a little bit, maybe. I do want to give it a hat. I don't know why. It really needs a hat. I'm gonna give it a bucket. Everyone needs a bucket. Or do you want a bow, guys? Nah. Nah. Tempting. I don't bloody know. I just wanted to do something in the actual video, you know? I want a speaker, that's what I want. Meow. You will learn about the grizzly bear. Oh boy, I'm not ready for this. I was not ready for this at all. Oh, I thought it would be, but I don't like that at all either. I'm gonna bring that out a little bit. It looks a bit weird when it's so sunken. I can't believe this took me 20 minutes. Okay, right. No, that's awful. No, come here. You go where you always go, on the back. Nobody has to see you. Hide your shame. Okay, cool. I really just wanted to show the exhibit and do a little bit of animal management. I realise I've been paused. I will try to stop that a little bit more in the future, I promise. It's cute. I like it. I don't love this, but I think I can come up with something better for that. I will come up with something better for that, but it's a start. We'll do that in the next video. So like I say, I think what we'll do for the next video is just work on this whole area here. I want to come up with some history stuff. I want to come up with something. This is a start, but this needs a lot of work to look interesting. And like I said, I think I want a water feature. Like along this left-hand side. And then it'll break. Oh, look at that. It'll break, and then you'll be able to see into the forest and stuff like that. And then it'll water feature again there. This side we're going to block off, make it into like a history wall kind of thing. So we'll have like, it'll be like a little museum that you walk past. That'll be really cool, actually. We can track the history of Blackrock Park. So we'll have like pots and stuff, like artifacts throughout time that were buried here and stuff like that. And we can write the history of the place. That's a really good... I like that idea a lot. So we'll do that along there, and then we just need to do some foliage and stuff. You get a little look at it at night time. Isn't it cool? Look at it. It's all shiny and stuff. I like shiny things. I'm like a 12-year-old. I just want to talk briefly about this. So I've really been struggling. This isn't done, but I've really struggling about what I'm going to do with these doorways. I wanted to do them... I just wanted to decorate them somehow, because they're just this metal slab right now, and it looks a little daft. So, oddly enough, inspired by Jurassic Park, can you just walk through the... Not stop walking through the walls. Oddly enough, inspired by Jurassic Park, the visitor centre entrance door, above it has this, like these 4 or 5 concrete slabs that kind of descend inwards as you lower down. Looking, honestly, a lot like this, but this is the lit up fancy version. They're not symmetrical. They're not even, are they? That needs to come to the left, I think. That obviously... What are you doing? That obviously needs to come to the left. BestInSlot, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life, son? What are you doing with your life? It's not even slightly even. It's miles away. Yeah, that's better. I want to do something else with that, but I thought that was a cool start. So then maybe we can have something at the top and little things down here at the side. And eventually I'm going to build a door design, but a little bit of a Jurassic Park inspiration there. Anyways, yeah. Blackrock Park. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I really am. It frustrates me. I still need to do this. You guys gave me some amazing ideas. I promise I will write them down. I do get a little frustrated sometimes, but generally speaking, I think the whole thing is coming together in a really nice way. I think when this is lit up and ready, and Ontario, that's a great name as well. Yeah, I think it's going to look really cool. Even like this now, that's growing on me. We're keeping it simple, but cool. Right, don't know how I'm going to light up the dome, but I am. Right, anyways, yes, I will end it there. So, yeah, I've asked a lot of you in this episode, ideas for the future and stuff like that. It is going to be a little while now before we come back to Blackrock, I think, just because, like I said, I think we should do like a little mini zoo celebrating the Arctic Park and do like a Christmas thing. That's a pretty cool idea, I think, so I really want to do that starting on tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow, at the very least, I will bring you a video on all the new building materials and indeed the animals themselves. Other than that, though, yeah, let me know. And answer all my many questions down below. Thank you very much. I will see you lovely folks in the next video. Like I said, we'll do our Arctic Zoo and then we'll come back and we'll decorate this whole thing and then we'll do our wolf exhibit probably on this left-hand side. Or the right-hand side. Maybe the right, because the left has been the right's been neglected. Let's give the right some love. Although the right has just got a lot of love in the recent election. I'm not going into the election. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Cheers so much. Wait, no. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. There we go. Bye-bye. I really am dying. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.